it's not necessarily the biggest voice in the room that commands the direction. It's the squeaky wheel that you have to bring along on the journey.
What I'm hearing from you there, Donald, is your attack surface is much wider than Australia. It could be any part of the world where somebody from Cricket
Absolutely.
Australia is cricket is working. And I also
Yes.
picked on there that in some ways you've got this delicate balance of needing to know what people are doing without sort of spying into their privacy and things. So you need to be alerted to wrong behavior. But how do you
Yes.
do that without being intrusive on somebody's privacy? I'd be interested with some people, I should imagine, who would have very high egos, and would
Yes, absolutely.
object to being told what to do, you know?
Yeah, and it's been a really interesting journey. I think we've by actually having that conversation with the board about risk appetite and getting very granular about it. It's not just a one statement that we've got no appetite for risk, in that it becomes very granular. So the appetite for risk in systems that have people's details in them. So athlete management systems that have medical records and touring details, very low appetite for risk there. So you wrap that in particular controls, but then they've got more appetite for risk in other areas. The process of going through those conversations of just understanding that actually helps to inform and educate. And as we've increased our cyber protections over the years, it is an ongoing conversation of this is what we're doing, this is why we're doing it, and this is what we see in the market, this is what we're responding to. I think it's greatly helped, and not wanting to put anybody offside, but the fact that we've had so many major breaches and the amount of sort of fraud that's been perpetrated off the back of those breaches is actually helpful in framing the conversation to say that, look, there are much bigger organizations than us with much better controls or had much better controls. We're bringing ours up very quickly that still experience that. And it's quite actually a painful event when it happens. So I think by the time we've had those conversations.
Do you do postmortems on incidents with executives
Oh,
and stuff like that?
absolutely. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, we do. So certainly, we've had a lot of near misses. So where we through the uplift in the capabilities we've been implementing have identified that there's unprotected PI data, but we've done a lot of forensics to understand whether it's actually been whether there's been a data loss at all through a whole range of activities, so dark web monitoring and analysis, but also the root cause of how did it actually get to be how it was. And a lot of it is very legacy stuff that happened a long time ago, and despite doing continuous reviews, it has managed to stay as it was and not be improved. So, but they're things that we actually take through to our audit and risk, which is on a monthly basis, which is probably two-thirds or half of the board. So it does get very good board visibility of what's there, what programs are we putting in place to make sure it doesn't happen again, all of those sorts of things.